U.S. President Donald Trump says a ceasefire in Lebanon, which comes into effect in less than 2 hours from now, will include Hezbollah. Israel has been bombarding and occupying huge parts of southern Lebanon, saying it's targeting Hezbollah. More than 2,000 people have been killed and over 1 million displaced. Trump first announced the ceasefire on social media.
It's very exciting because it's 48 years. We're going to be meeting with Bibi Netanyahu, as you know, and the president of Lebanon. And I had a great talk with both of them today. They're going to be having a ceasefire, and that'll include Hezbollah. And I think it could be number 10 for me.
Alan, what more have you been learning about how the ceasefire came about?
Well, we certainly got an idea of how it all fell into place. It seemed to happen rather quickly, but there's been a lot of work going on behind the scenes. It all starts Tuesday's meeting at ambassadorial level at the State Department. Now, out of that, there came a conversation late on Wednesday between Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu in Jerusalem. At that point, he talked about the possibility of a ceasefire. Netanyahu agreed as long as certain conditions were met. Donald Trump then said to Marco Rubio, his Secretary of State, that he wanted him to speak to the Lebanese side, and those conversations happened overnight on Wednesday into early on Thursday. Then we heard from Joseph Aoun, who spoke to Donald Trump on Thursday. Trump outlined what he felt were the conditions for a ceasefire. And then when he agreed, he called Benjamin Netanyahu back on Thursday morning and said, "We have a deal." And that's when he took to social media. Now, as all as this was going on behind the scenes from Tuesday onwards, there were discussions at the State Department who were busy drawing up what's known as a memorandum of understanding, essentially a several-point document which laid out how the ceasefire would be conducted, how it would be monitored and how it would be carried out. Both sides seem to be happy to sign on to that. Now, this is a 10-day ceasefire. It starts, as you say, in just a couple of hours. The intention is that the two leaders will make it here to the White House. If you heard from Donald Trump, initially he said sometime in the next week or two, and then later amended that to sometime in the next 4 or 5 days. He obviously believes he's in the close to signing a deal. He said this would be the 10th war that he's finished. There's many a slip between the pen and the paper. He's obviously got to get both sides on board. And also, he's aware of the issue of Hezbollah. He believes that the Lebanese side will be able to keep them on side and get them to sign up to the agreement. So he thinks that this is a significant step forward through all that's happened, essentially, since that meeting on Tuesday morning.
Optimism at this point from the White House. That's our chief U.S. correspondent, Alan Fisher, there at the White House. Alan, thank you.